Hi, I'm Michelle Renee Hiatt of Sew on the Go, and I'm here teaching at AQS Branson, and we're going to give you some tips on color. It's one of the things I find that most of the quilters struggle with, and there's a couple tools on the market that will really help you. Consider getting yourself a color wheel. They come in a large size, or you can even get this cute little pocket one where you can pull it out and it has a little tiny. The big one is one that I most often use, but this is great to travel and to take to the quilt shop with. And then there is the 3-in-1 color tool, which is a companion of this color wheel that will help you with shading. So it really helps you if you struggle with value with the light, medium, and dark. So there's a couple different color plans that you could elect to do, and all of them will give your quilt a different vibe. So maybe you want to explore something that's really cool and comforting. And if you do want that, if you want your quilt to read that way, an analogous color plan is a perfect way to go. An analogous color plan means that your colors are next to each other on the color wheel. This will give you a really cool, calming effect. So maybe you're looking for a baby quilt or someone who is in a retirement home and you want to create a lap quilt for them. Going with an analogous color plan is a great way to go. If you go on the cool side, it's especially calming. If you wanted something with a little more energy but still calm, you could go ahead and pick something from the warm side. Then next we go to what's known as a split complementary color plan, or a complementary color plan, where we have one side of the color wheel here, such as my aqua green, and we go across to the red. So I'm pulling a light, a medium, and a darker fabric from my aqua green, but you can see those two are opposite of the color wheel, and that will give you a complementary color plan. So if you had a 2-color quilt, this is a great way to go because these colors complement each other. In other words, they make each other look great. So they're very, for a 2-color quilt, it's a perfect way to go. If you want to expand and go with a little bit more colors, you could go with a split complementary color plan. So here I have my yellow orange, I've gone across to my blue 11, and then I've gone out a bit and picked up on the blue violet and the turquoise, pulling from different fabrics. What I like to do when working with a split complementary color plan is to try and find a fabric that I refer to as a bridge fabric. And that's a fabric that has both colors in it. So it has my variation of blues as well as my orange center. And that will bridge these fabrics and bring it together. You'll also note that I have, fabrics that are somewhat darker and somewhat lighter. So always, to add interest to your quilt, always make sure you're checking out the value. Last but not least, as far as color plans, we have a triadic color plan. And what this means is that there's 3 tabs on the color wheel that are spaced 8 tabs apart, and they are called a triadic color plan. And what's great about a triadic color plan is that it harmonizes each other. So these fabrics they actually calm each other down so that not one of them jumps out at you. So if you need a 3-color quilt, this is a great way to go because these will balance each other out and not one of them will jump out. So when working with orange or yellow that tend to jump out for us, it's great to go with a triadic color plan because these other colors will balance that orange, all right? And then if you're looking to pull a full quilt, a great way to go is to make sure that you're checking your fabric salvage. A traditionally printed fabric will have these little salvage numbers, and what I like to do is to take those, find them on my color wheel, and then go about pulling fabric from each of those colors. Most of your traditionally printed fabrics, even though they may have 16 little dots on them, they actually are traditionally made with 6 colors. Now, if you get into the digitally printed fabric or batik fabric, of course it can have more. But it really helps to look at your salvage. I always start with an inspiration fabric and then pull from there, and utilizing these colored balls, or colored dots I should say, really makes it easy to pull the fabric for your quilt. So think about investing in a color wheel or the 3-in-1 color tool. These are fabulous and they will really help you feel comfortable in your color selection.